We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Hello! Welcome to Icons, Blood and Stars, here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'm your GM, Jason, and with me today will be Taylor playing Muckboot.
Howdy, howdy.
Curtis playing Bloodthorn.
Hola.
Mike playing Eve, the Living Nebula.
Hey.
And Zach playing Silver Shooting Star.
Pleasure to meet you.
And last session, our heroes had infiltrated a... We'll just call it a doomsday weapon. A vehicle the size... I believe I described it as the size of Manhattan Island. Traveling its corridors was... Well, some of the corridors were large enough that you had like 4-lane highways running down them. Some of the areas would open up to like small cities. Well, a small city. But it seems to be very sparsely populated. You know, you've seen people running around in uniform. You've taken one captive who's offered to help you any way he can to keep himself alive. There was a debate as to whether you could afford to leave him alive anywhere. But before any final decisions were made on his fate, I think I described it as being van. No, his was van. The one y'all hijacked was van-like. This one was more of a truck. But anyway, it parked and several troops poured out, including one that had a facial tattoo or a brand similar to what you've seen in the powered individuals of this army. He started talking some crap, and then I think Muckboot interrupted him rudely. So where we're starting up is pretty much that guy is hitting the ground. His troops have gone from focused, to bordering on panicked in the blink of an eye. And had we rolled initiative last time? Or did I just let you get your surprise shot off?
I think we just got the surprise shot off.
Oh.
The last roll we have is my attempted kill shot, so I think we're rolling initiatives at the start now.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll then.
Wrong person selected, but the stat is right.
Oh no, I'm getting my one out of the way at the start. Someone may actually go before me.
Alrighty. So one of them goes on a 9. One of them goes on a 7. One of them goes on a 6. And one of them goes on a 4. Alright. So Curtis, or I should say Bloodthorn, has got a 7. Alright, Zach. Yours is labeled Boogeyman. Do you have the right sheet open?
I do have the right sheet open. I just selected the wrong.
Okay. As long as you got the right sheet, that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Alright, so Shooting Star got a 10. Taylor with his 1 on the dice got an 11. Has he ever not gone first?
I mean, there's the possibility, I think, somewhere of him not going first.
Alright, and then Eve got a 4. So that's a... So a trooper goes on a 9. A trooper goes on a 7. A trooper goes on a 6. And on a 4. Alright then, Muckboot, you're up first.
Combat's in full swing. Just take a shot.
Alright.
I rolled another 1.
Okay.
This is making it look like it's going to be bad news for me.
If you have to do anything other than your shooting, quite possibly.
Yeah,
Alright.
Muckboot's such a damn good shot. It doesn't matter if he gets a 1 or not.
Alright, so...
Beat it by 5. So that is still a massive, right?
Yes, anything 5 and up is a massive.
Let's see if it kills them.
Or anything you beat them by 5 or more. Alright, that's going to be their strength. Which is... Ooh, strength's actually better than their coordination. Alright, so that trooper goes away. So 1's down. Next up is Silver Shooting Star.
I'm gonna take a shot at the one that is closest to me.
Alrighty.
Boop.
Ow. How much damage does that do?
It does 6 damage.
Alright, 6 damage. He is up, but only barely. And is that a killing attack, or well, I should say a shooting attack or a blasting attack?
It is a shooting attack.
Okay. Alright, then give me the... Taylor, refresh my memory. How does the... Is it the damage it did plus a d6?
Yes, it's just
Okay.
damage plus d6.
Alright, so he doesn't have any damage reduction, so you did the full damage to him. So give me a 6 plus a d6 roll.
Alright.
Versus his strength.
That's an 8.
Okay, I rolled a 1. Total of 5. So that is a major success. If I remember right, I think a major on a shooting puts him down but does not necessarily kill him. No, I am mistaken. Must have been something else I was thinking of. Major or mass reduces target's strength to 0 or stamina to 0, renders the character unconscious. On the following page, each page thereafter, the character loses a level of strength. When the strength hits 0, then he dies. Alright, so alright, so that one's another one that goes down. Next up is one of the troopers. He moves and takes a little cover behind the open door of his vehicle. But also takes a shot at... Well, obviously he's going to shoot at the folks that are shooting at him. Or shooting at his folk. He'll shoot at the big armored guy.
That's fair.
Alright, so that is his coordination versus, plus his specialty. So he got a 6.
Nice.
Alright. He misses. Then it's the only other trooper still standing. And he dives back into the vehicle. basically throws it into reverse, and his buddy's like clinging to that open door. As the vehicle starts backing up as fast as it can. Then it is Bloodthorn.
There were two still standing.
All right.
Was a little
There were four troopers.
right. Two were dead.
Muckboot and Silver Shooting Star just took down two of them immediately. One of them took cover behind the door, fired a shot, and then the last one dove in to the vehicle and slammed it into reverse. So it's now backing away from you.
Oh, he's trying to get away.
Yes. And his buddy, is basically got his arms over the door, trying not to get, run over or left behind. The one that had shot. And now it's Bloodthorn's turn.
The door that's open, I'm assuming that's facing us, or is it the other side of the vehicle?
Think of it like the passenger and driver side doors. And they had parked, like y'all, the little van y'all were in was parked to one side, or the van y'all were hijacking was parked to one side, and these guys came up on the road and just kind of stopped. So there's a slight angle, but you're really kind of looking at them from the front, and slightly to one side.
Okay. I wonder if this is probably a stretch. I probably can't do this, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Okay.
I really would like to get in that vehicle, but I'm wondering if I can hang on the door like the other guy that was hiding behind it. If I can somehow jump onto that door and maybe stab the guy that's holding on to it.
Well, let's see.
She's not necessarily athletic, so that would be a real feat anyway, but, give it a shot.
Sure. Because the van is not, or the vehicle has not pulled back that far yet. Because, dude jumped into it, had to get into the seat, and then throw it into reverse, so. You've gone from being in kind of the same area to, like, the next area. You had a map broken down.
Right.
So I would say you could, if you used your entire action to move, you could run up and jump on the door and be in a position to stab the guy the next round.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
I mean, there's a good chance Muckboot will just be able to take out the driver shooting through the windshield next turn anyway, but just in case,
Okay.
I'll be there to cause trouble for him.
All right. So then we will drop down. Oops, I forgot to write Eve's initiative. 4, okay. Well, now we drop down to Eve because the other two troopers that would have been going are got themselves deceased.
So Eve would like to stretch and just try to grab the vehicle and just kind of bring it to a halt.
Okay. That would be prowess. The stretching you ain't got to roll for, but you're actually grabbing the vehicle.
Yeah.
So it's a prowess versus his driving skill. Or maybe the handling of the vehicle. Let me see.
No, it doesn't, because since I'm not directly attacking the vehicle, I won't get a +1 for martial arts. So this is a straight up prowess roll.
Yeah, this would be, if you had wrestling, technically that would count because this is grappling.
Yeah. I've only generated a 5, so again.
He got a 6, so you do not manage. Your hands are out there, but he starts kind of weaving the car, and you see Bloodthorn clinging to one side of the door, So she's kind of swinging every which way. The soldiers like face the opposite way, also clinging to that door, and he's swinging all over the place. And the driver's just got a mild panic, kind of a wide-eyed, kind of stiffly, trying to avoid these long, spindly, gas-filled arms. All right, back up to the top of the order. Muckboot.
I suppose I shall meet the request and shoot the driver.
All right. I'm going to give him a +2 for having cover in the vehicle to some
That's
degree.
fair.
11. The best he could have rolled, even with the +2, came out to an 11. You got a 16. So you beat him by 5.
Dum, da-dum, dum.
I've already rolled to kill the kill shot. Let's see if it happens or not. It does not.
No, it does not happen this time. How much
That's
damage?
6 damage to him.
6 damage does not kill him.
Yep.
He's got 1 stamina left. You're not helping his state of mind at all. Silver Shooting Star.
This is one of those gory adult comics, isn't it?
Well, it's mostly energy blast, so it's just burn marks on the outside of the uniform is really all you'd be seeing. Every now and then maybe a picture of the beam entering one side and coming out the other, but that's about it.
Not like a buckshot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and take a shot at the driver.
Alrighty. Alright, so let's see his coordination. Oh, that did not go well for him. Alright, so he takes, any amount of damage he takes him out. And I think you do 6?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright. Then it is the troop on the door. Alright, the vehicle is backing up. He's just seen his entire squad wiped out in like a handful of seconds. And he's got this obviously crazy sentient over here clinging to the door with him. Alright, somebody give me... Let's see, this is going to be difficult for him to do. Give me a D6 plus 3. While he rolls his coordination.
I actually feel bad for this guy.
Alright. He pulls himself up and over the door. Hits the ground, rolling. Like he was throwing himself in, he's letting go, but he's throwing himself in front of the vehicle as it backs up so he doesn't get run over. Rolls to his feet and starts and heads down like one of the side passages. He's doing everything he can to break line of sight with the shooters. Bloodthorn, it's now your turn.
Going after him.
Alrighty. You don't have to, pole vault over the door. You're already on that side of the door. So give me a coordination roll. And I'm just going to roll a just flat D6 for the difficulty. Oh, well, I got a 6, though. Alright, 9. So you manage to keep, you hit the ground, you roll, you spring back up. Basically, you're not left prone where you got to spend a round getting up.
Gotcha.
but that leaves you with enough movement to get up on him.
Okay. Do I get an attack or do I have to wait till next turn?
Go ahead and take your attack.
Okay. I will do my use my fast attack to go at him twice with my blades.
Okay. And that is versus his willpower? Or do you make a coordination, or do you make a prowess? And then,
I have to make a prowess to hit. Then it's,
okay. And then there's a resistance with the willpower. Okay. All right, then his prowess.
Oh, dang. 2 13s.
All right, he got a 5 on the first defensive roll and a 6 on the second. This is not going well for him. All right. And then you roll your energy drain versus his willpower.
Right.
Hey, you only beat him by 1. He's doing fine. And what's the rank of your energy
It's
drain?
8.
Oh, never mind. He's not doing so well.
Yeah, 8 plus 1 because it's 2 hits.
So really 9, and that's pulled from his stamina. So yeah, you... The blade goes in, comes out, goes back in. You basically just ran up and shivved this guy from behind with something the size of a sword. Luckily, it's made of energy, so it's not really doing any damage. It's just sapping his vitality. And his eyes roll back, and you hear kind of... and he thumps to the ground. Unconscious, not dead.
Yeah, I mean, in the scheme of things, I guess it is better for him than being shot by Muckboot. Unless we just, finish him off to keep him quiet.
It's just a little bit of war crimes. And then from where Bloodthorn's standing, you hear a slight crash as the vehicle is finally running, gotten up off the road and run into something because nobody's actually steering it. It's all right. When you step back out of the road, you see where it's, not, it wasn't a high speed crash. It's just sort of coasted up and scraped against the wall, and But it's now just you guys and your delivery driver captive in this passage.
Yeah, we need to. Well, we probably should find a way to clean this mess up so as to not raise an alarm.
I mean, alarms are going to be raised the second someone tries to get in touch with those 4, and they don't respond, or the delivery driver doesn't show up on time.
It is better to leave a murder mystery than to waste time right now.
Pretty much.
Okay.
We need to get where we're going as fast as possible. No, it is the pragmatic view of they can throw enough bodies at us to kill us. We cannot do the same. We have to get our job done.
Can we take enough time for me to write cheating bastard on the driver's chest?
Sure.
No, because you can't write in their language.
Actually, your comms could give you the translation. Because you've got the language fully translated into your equipment now, so it could show you what to write. Your handwriting might be awful, but...
You have to write it in their language. Now let's get going.
I just think that would be funny. And cover our tracks a little bit.
Oh yeah, we'll go ahead and finish off the unconscious...
Y'all are just getting dirty. Goodness.
They're blowing up planets.
You're murdering a delivery driver.
No, not the delivery driver, the captain who's unconscious.
The delivery driver is our hostage. we're going to take him and, hopefully get him off.
Yeah, the delivery
and pump
driver's
him
still
for
there.
information."
The guy that told us to stop, that we both fired upon, he's not dead. He's just bleeding out. I'm finishing him off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they don't-
we're talking about finishing off the guy that's unconscious. That
Yeah,
But power.
military opponent.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're keeping the delivery driver. Who I think y'all had already tied up.
yeah, and I'll just take a moment also to remind the delivery driver that this could happen to him if he doesn't remain useful.
I understand. Look, man,
God,
I'm
she's
just a con.
sweet.
I just got conscripted into this. I just deliver things. All right, but y'all now have this van. So y'all can drive around relatively unnoticed, as long as you don't let anybody get too good a look at the driver. Whichever one of you is driving it.
It's not like they have. Every person has a charter list of every single species that's here.
True.
Surely not.
Depends on how many species there are in the
You make a fair
Oh.
point there.
galaxy.
All right, so who's driving?
I do have another question. What do we do with the truck?
Oh, we're taking the truck.
Oh, we're
No,
taking
no.
both vehicles?
I thought we
No.
were just leaving that whole
The
mess.
vehicle with bullet wounds, dead bodies, and the phrase cheating bastard on it gets to stay.
Oh, that's
That
right,
can
I
be a
guess-
mystery and they don't know what happened. We just have to get away from it.
I guess we
Right?
have,
Yeah, we don't want to be anywhere around here.
I guess we have gently warned the potential new vehicle.
But yeah, y'all are loaded up in the equivalent of a delivery van. It's like imagine a hovering UPS, van. With extra stuff stuck on it to make it look futuristic, quote unquote.
Blinking lights.
But I thought Muckboot was driving because he had the highest coordination.
Probably a good call.
So made him by far the best driver.
And the driver y'all have prisoner, he shows you how to bring up the map. On the dashboard how to bring up the map, and it's like crap, I'm completely blank. GPS.
GPS.
I was trying to say UPS because I've been talking about UPS, but anyway. Yeah, the GPS. It works a lot like a GPS. It's not giving you the entire map of the entire ship, but you can type in where you want to go, and it maps it out for you. So he's like asking you, where is it that you want to go? We are here.
The reactor. That was our target, wasn't it?
Currently, yes.
Oh, you mean the core?
Either that or the engines.
Well, the engines are kind of at the back of the ship, and the core is kind of in the middle.
Yeah, we want because we want to overload it.
Well, I mean, you don't tell them that.
We're like, yeah, right. No, we're not gonna.
Yeah, we want to blow all of y'all up. You want to help? But
We're gonna kill thousands of little Geonosians.
Stop.
ah,
We are not here to commit a genocide. We're just blowing this ship up. Stop being weird.
this is a ship that has destroyed one planet already, and we'll destroy one in this system if you don't stop it.
The ship's existence is a crime against sentient life.
This is literally a flying war crime. We're trying to stop it.
And
Now he tells
what's
you.
so wrong about having fun while we're doing it?
Everyone should be looking at Bloodthorn crazily. So he programs in how to get to the core. And now he warns you once you get so close, not just anybody has access. And to be honest, most people on the ship don't want to get too close to the core.
Why is that? Is there an inherent danger to be close to the core?
No, the crying is disturbing.
Crying?
Yeah, something in the core is like mournful. He tells you it's hard to explain.
Oh crap!
He's never seen the core itself, but it's not so much that you hear it, but when you're close enough, you kind of feel it or are aware of it in some way.
And as I recall, your original description of the ship was, it looks a little bit like a mechanical whale of some kind.
It looks like it was designed with kind of an organic motif in mind.
Yeah.
Nothing about the outside actually looked organic.
We're not going to be blowing up the ship. We're going to be killing it.
One of our prisoners did mention that sentient cosmic life forms are part of the following.
Such is life. I hit the gas. Let's get going.
So yeah, y'all drive off. Your delivery driver's in the back.
So
mumbling.
who does have access to this core?
Well, certainly the captain. Any admirals that are on board. He's not sure exactly how far down the ranking it goes. Now, obviously, there are engineers that work there, that are, they would have the, they would have access, though they'd be going through, he said there's guard checkpoints to once you get to a certain distance from it.
How do we get through those checkpoints?
Well, if you're supposed to be there, you have, the documents saying you're supposed to be there. Or at least that's how all any other checkpoint they set up work.
So at a certain point, we inevitably are going to have to shoot our way to the core.
He's kind of like, you don't really look like you're from around here, so yeah, probably.
And we probably don't have time to get a hold of these documents either.
He goes, you'd have to ambush somebody that already had them and hack their comm unit to display it. I mean, he doesn't know what your skill set is or anything.
We do have our friend in the ship that might be able to help us hack it if we ran across someone that had those documents. But as we get closer to the core, we might reasonably run into people that are supposed to be there.
All right. So anyway, y'all are driving along. You follow the path. It takes you through one of the kind of town sections where it opens up wide enough that you've actually got a few 4 or 5 story buildings, several individual houses. I mean, this ship is as much a moving city as it is a ship.
Like the Comet Empire.
I'm not sure what that is.
Best 80s anime cartoon ever, the Star Blazers.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to talk about that right now.
So yeah, you're driving along, and you're going fast enough that nobody's really paying attention. Or, nobody's getting a good enough look at the driver to really pay attention. Because everybody's baseline humanoid, essentially. Other than a few of you see a few of those people from that insect species every now and then. But the population here is dominantly those blue and green skinned pointy eared fellas. But you stay on the main roads. There's not a whole lot of what do you think of a stop? Not a lot of four-way stops or stop signs. When you come to a crossing like that, a lot of times one side or the other, the vehicles just gain elevation to pass over, so they pass over. It's like having an overpass, but there's no actual structure there. The vehicles just program it when they hit that point to go up a little higher and then back down. And you wind up taking essentially like off ramps that take you further down. You've been driving for 20 minutes or so. When a little icon comes up as to where you're going, and your prisoner basically tells you that's they call it a ferry. The way he describes it, it's basically a giant elevator that can hold multiple vehicles. But it ferries you from different to different layers. Or different decks of the ship, he calls it. He goes, they're usually kind of busy and you're sitting still, so, that's where y'all would have the... He tells you that's where people would be most likely to notice you. But there's really not a way to get to the core without taking a couple of these things.
Going to have to risk it.
So you pull in, and it's got more or less parking places. They're lined off with like reflective I won't say tape, but there's 4 or 5 other vehicles in here. Like everything else, you get the impression it was designed for a larger population in mind. Your driver tells you you're in luck. You didn't hit during the rush or anything. Though he doesn't want you. The further into the ship you get, the more populated it gets. Muckboot, are you going to do anything in the driver's seat to try to look inconspicuous?
I'll position it around, and I will... Is there a rear view mirror?
There's like a backup cam or something, yes. There's some kind of equivalent.
Alright, well... I will now draw a fake tattoo on myself, because I'm so smart.
Do you have a Sharpie?
I'm a hunter. I'm sure I have some form of marking material.
You get out some of that. You get some of that black eye paint that you put under your eyes, and your knife, and you start dabbing it on with the tip. Give me an artiste roll.
What? I don't know. I don't know what
art
attribute.
is a specialty.
No, I meant like what attribute is applied to this.
I'm looking it up because I... Alright, off the top of your head, does anybody know what page the specialty descriptions are on?
122.
Thank you. Alright. Art.
Please be coordination. Please
Alright.
be coordination.
This is a specialty group of various artistic and creative specialties. Add to your specialty bonus to the appropriate ability. Typically, coordination or awareness.
Yes! My 2 highest! Let's go, team!
I'm going to say roll your awareness.
Okay.
From the standpoint of, you're looking at yourself in a mirror trying to do this, kind of everything's reversed sort of thing.
I would like to spend a determination point using the quality I'm so old. I'm so used to shaving in a mirror that I'm used to it.
That is fair enough. That is fair enough.
You know what makes me sad about this?
What's that?
Muckboot would now be a better artist than Jay.
No training, just raw skill.
Just raw skill.
Well, that's where simple systems break down. They're not granular enough for realistic stuff.
All right, I got a 10.
Oh, let's see how difficult would this be. You're not using the best material. Are you just trying to do a design that you feel would fit in, or are you copying one of the designs you've seen on somebody before?
I'm doing something that just looks similar.
Okay.
Because I just need it to be visible from a distance. It doesn't have to be just very super descript. Just from a distance, you're like, oh, he's one of those that has a tattoo.
All right.
So I think they'd be asked a few less questions.
All right. So the difficulty was 8. You got a 10. You beat it by 2. So you get something that looks passable. An up close examination, it looks like something, up close, it looks like makeup and not one of those kind of in the skin brands that the rest of them have. But you're confident that at a distance, so eventually the ferry starts down. A couple of the other, drivers here, notice you. They clearly knows that you're not their species. But when you turn and fully look at them and they see the brand, they kind of look away quickly. Which implies that maybe the blue guys and the insects aren't the only people that wind up with these things. Though they are looking at you like you're a bit of an oddity, so who knows?
Maybe they'll just assume we're one of the new recruits from this new galaxy that they're bringing the good news to.
Yeah, we can hope that not everybody knows every species that's on this ship because it's so large and hopefully diverse.
Nah, I'm sure the average citizen of New York City can name every ethnicity and culture that's somewhere in the city. That's the thing, right?
And they probably have more than one name for them, but that's not the point.
So nobody hassles you. The guy operating the little ferry as you drive by pops a little salute. But then when you're passing me, still kind of, why would one of them be driving one of those? Yeah. But another hour, another few levels. You have to get on another ferry or two. The population is getting denser. According to the map, according to the route you're taking on your, I guess SPS, ship positioning system. I don't know. You've got this is the last ferry you'll have to take. This will get you down to the correct level that the core is on. And it seems to be located in kind of the center of that level. Your driver tells you, I've never been to this level before. The level itself isn't technically restricted, but he just never had reason to be down here.
So And you said we've been driving around for over an hour, right?
Yeah, from the moment from where y'all start on the outside, because loading up the ferries takes some time. You're sitting there for a while it's like they've got a scheduled time of when they go up and down. Like an actual ferry that would cross the river.
We won't be making any quick exits.
Quite possibly not. Or maybe you will. Ever seen Jason X where he's riding on the front of an explosion? This ferry is not packed, but there's a lot more people here.
Pardon me.
And a lot of these guys look more like workers than soldiers. Though they're all in uniform, you have not seen any children running around. This does not strike you as some place that this isn't the Starship Enterprise where you've got families on the ship. Well, Next Generation, the original didn't do that. But some of these guys look more like, excuse me.
Bless you.
Throat trying to catch or something. But these look more like workers than the electricians, the engineers, that type. From where you're at, though, Muckboot, I do need to give me an awareness roll.
It's a 10.
Because while the ferry is moving, you have some people that get out of their vehicles and walk around and talk to other people. If they see somebody they know. Okay, you bet about 3. You see a figure. He's in a much more military-looking uniform, marching towards and he is focused on your vehicle and walking towards you. As he gets closer, you can see a little something poking out from under his collar. Looks like he's got one of those marks on his skin.
I guess I'll... How many more ferries do we have to go through?
This is the last ferry, but you've still got some driving within the level. Or on the deck once you get there.
Our luck may be running out.
Might be.
I'll position myself to kind of slightly block off my brand, I suppose, and I'll lower the window and be ready to talk.
Alright, so which side of your face did you put it on? Left or right?
I'm gonna say left.
Okay. Let's see. The way does either guy jumping in? So, you want to do a quick even or odd? Even, these guys set their cards up like Americans. Odd, they set them up like the British. Alright, like the British. So the left side is the side facing more inside the vehicle. Your right side is actually facing the window.
Which side is he coming from? Then he's coming from my right.
Yes, it's like he's walking up to the driver's door. So as long as you give him a profile, he won't see.
All right.
But yeah, he walks up and knocks on the window.
We'll lower the window and give a copy of the salute that I saw earlier.
Okay. Give me a willpower roll. Since you're kind of bluffing by... let's see. Of course, you were in the military, so being able to do a crisp salute, you know. Okay, your salute is on point enough that he does not notice that. Oh, anything's wrong with it. Are you still trying to keep that brand kind of out of his field of view, though?
A little bit, yes. Just kind of keeping the profile. And
So you're not turning to face him. You're just kind of half turning your head like... Well, you can't see me because you got to get the camera on. But, so the first thing he tells you to do is look at me.
I will look at him.
And he reaches out with his thumb and just smudges your masterpiece.
That's just rude.
And then just kind of, he's got the stuff on his thumb and just rubbing it on his finger. Or between his fingers. Who are you and what are you doing here? And you see people in other vehicles are getting out of their vehicles and backing away. Nobody was really vacating the area until he spoke. His tone of voice does not sound happy, and apparently you don't want to be around one of these guys if they ain't happy.
I'm on a delivery route.
What species are you?
I am the only human in this quadrant of the universe.
That name clearly does not mean a whole lot to him. You're not in uniform.
My race has not yet been touched by...
Does the van, the back of it, have like the traditional van sliding door?
Yeah. Like I said, think of a UPS van.
Yeah, I'll open up the back door, the side, and say, what, you want to join us?
And he barks like a drill sergeant. Everybody, out of the van!
Okay. I think Ebe might want to try to pull off a stunt here.
All right, what's he gonna do?
Well, we've learned that there's something in the core that's mournful. That there's some kind of... I'm going to see with some kind of... Eve is going to guess there may be some kind of like non-conventional life form there, some kind of energy form. If this is the core that's applying the power to this massive weapon, Eve's gonna see if Eve could reveal himself and be recognized as like a creature of energy itself, Eve's self, and basically present Eve as that the Eve is here to tend to his basically his fellow entity, and see if that can at least get them enough. If Eve's hunch is correct, hopefully make enough of an impression, tagging the living, tagging his quality, activating his quality as Eve's quality as the living nebula, to try to kind of like put enough awe in this hostile and very perceptive guard to let us pass, given that clearly this is important business. This is like, cosmic entity business, and he doesn't want to be the person who gets in the way of that, especially if there's the potential for the power source of this weapon.
All right.
Wonky.
So you sort of just kind of stretch out of the vehicle.
Yeah, basically, and you're ready to spit. Yeah, I don't know if I think I'd better just, like, if there's anything to activate, just spend a straight up determination rather than risk having to make a maneuver roll of some kind. Also, I do have a +1 in deception because I'm full of hot air. Actually, yeah, the full of hot air would be the way to go with this, wouldn't it?
All right. That's a willpower roll.
Okay. Should I spend the determination point to give myself a boost to the roll? Because
I don't know. How good do you think this guy's willpower is?
probably too good, so I'll spend it. So I'll roll willpower +2.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Okay. Well, I
All right.
generated 5. I don't know how this is gonna go.
Wait.
Although I am also.
What's your willpower?
It's only 4. Yeah, my stats are low. Like, this
Wait,
guy's
then-
literally full of hot air.
Then that should be a 9, not a 5, right?
Yeah, because you got the die roll and the +2. You did not put in your willpower.
Oh, look at that! Yes, thank you. It's a 9.
All right, so a 9.
I was like,
Thank
I don't think you should be trying to do this if your stat is 2.
I'm not
That's
that
not what
full
your
of hot
character is based upon doing.
All right, so you pop out. Basically, that you're being taken there to
air. Also,
tend to your.
I also forgot my +1 for deception, so technically it's a 10.
Okay. So yeah, you start going into your spiel about, here to tend the other non-conventional life form, which is a term I really like. I've written that down so I won't forget it. And he's clearly shocked to see you. You start talking about, you're here to tend to.
Technically, I'm high.
Uh,
But I shouldn't say that because I still want my +1 in deception. Sorry.
well, then you don't get your +1. Oh wait, in that case, I was totally lying. But he kind of overcomes his shock. Muckboot. He looks over at you. He looks back at this thing. I've never seen one of these so small.
It's the containment suit.
Does it?
It's like,
It-
now,
it
are
aids
you
in the-
sure you don't
it
want to
aids in the
come?
directions.
Are you sure you don't want to come join us and discuss this reasonably? So you can figure
Has
out what's going
Bloodthorn gotten out of the vehicle?
Not yet.
Okay. Muckboot, he looks over at you. Does the containment suit? Oh yeah, it's a containment suit. I suppose that's how you keep it under control.
It keeps it in an agreeable nature.
Fascinating.
Trust me, you do not want to see it when it's in a bad mood.
Here, well, clearly your business is important then. But you cannot go impersonating one of the remembered. Perhaps you being a new recruit, you're not aware of the severity of this. And he pulls up his wrist and does some stuff on his unit. I'm going to have to report this, of course. I will need your name. Basically, he's asking for he asked you for your name, rank, and serial number, or whatever their equivalent is.
Have I heard one before?
Yes, some of the first prisoners you took, that was all they would tell you at first. So whether you heard them say it or whether you saw the reports from the lodge later on after they'd been questioned,
Can I? I'll attempt to give one.
All right.
Muckboot doesn't have photographic memory, do you? Where you could actually give him one of those guys' ID.
An 8, but I recognize fully, like, I'm trying to explain it in a way of saying, like, I knew this is what I was given.
Okay. So are you rolling willpower for a bluff?
Yes.
Okay.
Oof.
So you give whatever name you decide to give. You rattle off a number. He puts that in, and you hear the comm kind of beeps at him. Is that universal? Is that universal kind of negative sounding beep?
Whoa.
He asks you to repeat it, and he puts it in again. Now, were you giving basically like a random number, but the right length and one that would fit, or were you trying to give a specific one from a captive?
I was giving a random.
Okay.
Random.
Step out of the vehicle, please. You in the back. Step out.
I'll open the door and step out.
I'll step out also.
How much more time?
I'll
until
get
this
really,
ferry's
really
finished?
close to this guy.
Just
Is there
another.
a problem?
It's
with,
just another
is there
minute
a
or two.
problem with your console?
No, the number he's giving me isn't any good. Who are you, and what are you doing here?
Oh, my name is Bloodthorn,
Yeah.
and I'm here for you. And I'll jump him with my blade.
Okay.
Boring conversation anyway.
Right.
All right, give me a roll.
Can I do the fast attack or just the one since it's a surprise?
No, I think you can do the fast attack. Now, do you just summon one sword, or is the fast attack you summoning two blades? And
It's two blades.
okay,
I think that would look cool.
all right. Oh, so I need his coordination. Oh, and he is a martial artist. Not that it helps him when he rolls ones. All right, so the first lick hit. Oh, and even with the 10, that second one of yours was an 11. So you beat him by 3 the first time and 1 the second time. So both attacks hit. So that will be your energy drain. What's the... Oh, wait. I forgot. I'm sorry. We got to roll the willpower now.
Right.
So roll your energy drain plus 1 because you did the double attack.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do the +1. But...
Versus his willpower. Alright, so you've got a 12, but you'd have the +1, so that'd be a 13. Or was that the attack roll? No,
that was the energy drain.
Okay. Okay, so he needed to beat a 12, technically 13 because of the +1. He got an 8. All right, and how much you drain?
9.
9 for. Ooh, he's only got 7 stamina. He goes down.
Okay, and I'll look at the people that are watching, and I'll say, "Oh my gosh, this man needs a doctor." And put him in the van.
Roll a willpower. Because some of them were walking away and had their backs to you. So, there are other vehicles parked around.
I got a 1. Crap.
But, yeah, the difficulty is going to be pretty pretty high, so
It was never gonna work, but still.
it came a lot closer than it should have. But no, it does not. The ones that are looking back, or the ones that were watching from what they thought was a safe distance, you see a lot of people going for their comms. And then you feel the little shift of the ferry starting to slow down, and then a few seconds later, you hear it clicking into place.
Ebe, grab us and stretch us up.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Ebe, grab us in the vehicle and stretch it up.
Oh, okay, sure.
You are hopefully powerful enough to stretch us the way that's necessary.
Yes, I should be, with a strength of 8.
Oh yeah, you can pick up the van and everybody in the van, no problem.
Let's go.
So you're basically having Eve help you break in line, so y'all are the first ones off the ferry.
Basically, yeah.
Except the ferry stopped. We're gonna have to get the ferry to start moving again.
Oh no! That was it settling down to the bottom.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Settling down to it. Every time one stops, you feel a little something as it slows down,
I
and then
thought they
there's
were
a noise
stopping-
when it locks into place to let you out.
I thought they were stopping mid route because.
No. Their response is not quite that quickly.
But the response is coming. People are already calling about us. We can go ahead and let loose and just go full speed.
Yeah.
So y'all tear out of there. Alarms start going off. Both in the ship and in the dashboard of your van. There's a little something, almost like a radio's emergency weather reports or something like that. It comes with one of the little screens that there are intruders at the on however they identify the decks of the ship, deck whatever. Last seen assaulting one of the remembered, escaping from ferry 4. Essentially, there's an APB out for any delivery vans. Y'all's little captive driver's over in one corner, just mumbling to himself. It takes you a second to realize he's probably praying.
If we get the pardon me. If we get the opportunity, we may need to upgrade our transportation.
All right. So what is y'all's plan here? Are you going to ditch the vehicle? Are you just putting the pedal to the metal and beelining for the core? What are you doing at
I
this point?
vote pedal to the metal.
Agreed.
All right, Bloodthorn, Muckboot.
I'll go along with whatever.
I'm keeping my foot on the pedal until we get within a distance where running makes sense.
All right, so y'all just beelining it. Your little positioning map thing, it beeps at you, warning you that you're of your excessive speed.
Aw.
The warnings start off with, "Hey, you're going a little fast. You might want to slow down." That about that level of that tone, about that tone. As you keep ignoring it, it starts warning you that continued excessive speed will have to be reported. And then finally, just telling you your own report.
I feel like at the point at which it says it's going to report me, I'd attempt to slow down. Because, if it already knows what vehicle I am, but the other people that reported me didn't, I wouldn't want it to report the specific van vehicle.
That's a fair point.
Or specific location, which it's
Yeah.
likely to do.
So you drop down to the maximum speed that it doesn't, that it isn't going to.
Yeah. Or it's
going
just
to
like,
report you.
yeah.
And those little messages stop when you do that. Now I need you to give me a coordination roll as the. And technically, all of you would, but you're all just sitting around, so it's not going to have a major effect on you. But you're driving around, and suddenly everything starts warping and twisting and turning. Almost like all the matter ranges have become liquid briefly.
Interesting.
So, Muckboot, give me a coordination roll. Oh, you beat it by 1. So you managed to keep your bearings. So you don't crash the vehicle. Where's the one I need? And give me a D6 plus 4 roll for the quality of your vehicle. Where is that at?
Ouch.
All the vehicle goes dark. Everything on the dashboard turns off. You hear the engine shut off. You drop, the 6 inches or a foot to a foot that it hovers off the ground. It drops and starts skidding. You see, over on the side, you see 2 guys in the military uniforms. Both of them have a hand stretched out to you. Standing behind the 2 of them is another one with a hand on both of their shoulders. But you see that one take his hands off and vanish. And then as the vehicle is coming to a stop, you see that one reappear. Again, it's like that little 3 setup where it's the one guy with his hands on 2 people's shoulders, and then he takes those off. So you have 4 guys in what fairly fancy military uniforms.
I like this.
One of those guys has dropped his hands, and that weird twisting, turning has dissipated. So I need y'all to give me an initiative roll. I have pre-rolled for the villains. Which, you probably won't believe when you see what they rolled, but
Ah, crap. Oh, look at that. I think I just hit a career low in an initiative.
Puns. The lowest form of humor.
Well, I mean, to be below it, you'd have had to roll what Eve just rolled for initiative.
Yeah. Though I did hear today, or read an article today, on like the oldest joke they've got recorded is like something from Mesopotamia, and it's basically a fart joke.
Oh, okay.
Because toilet humor is from everywhere.
Yes.
Thousands of years later, fart jokes still don't get old.
Fart jokes should have been one of the achievements in Civilization, the Civilization game.
It should have been.
All right, let's get back to initiatives. Once again, Muckboot goes first.
Lucky me.
So Muckboot on a... Where are you at? 14. Then we've got... y'all wouldn't know his name. But we've got Arklot on an 11. And honest to God, I rolled these on dice. I know. And then on a 10, which is what all three of the next ones rolled.
Oh. Oh, see you guys in detention.
Zail,
That's what we get for the fart jokes.
Nilnu, and Kiorg. And then we've got Bloodthorn on a 9. Silver Shooting Star on a 6. And Ebe on a 3. So top of the order is Muckboot.
Yep. So I'll take a shot at the guy who's putting his hands on the shoulders of the other two, I suppose.
All right, hang on
See
just a
how that
second, because
goes.
I did not roll initiative for the teleporter. All right, teleporter got an 8, so he is well below you. All right, make your roll.
13.
And it's gonna suck for him. He got a 9, which means you beat him by
11.
4. This will be his strength. All right, the teleporter is out of the picture. You know, you catch him in kind of the upper torso, and he goes flying back onto the sidewalk.
Nice.
Are they close enough to hear things that are spoken to them?
Oh yes, this is imagine you're driving on a 2-lane road at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got the empty lane and then them on the sidewalk. It's about how far away you are.
All right. I'll say, he has been forgotten, and cock my next shot.
Oh.
Next up is Arklot, who responds with he'll be remembered far longer than you. But he doesn't spare his fallen comrade, a glance. Let's see here. Oh, I'm digging through my pile of character sheets, and he's the one on top. Let's see here. All right, he moves around to the back of the van. So Muckboot, you lose sight of him. Yeah, that's all that you're aware of him doing. Next up is Zail, who sprints at you, Muckboot, at pretty good speed. Not as fast as a vehicle or anything, but faster than a normal person could spring at you. And this is just a good old attempt to sock you across the jaw. But again, at kind of an enhanced speed. All right, so this is prowess rolls.
Unfortunately.
Let's see, got martial arts. All right, he got a 10.
I got a 6. I'm rolling a lot of ones today.
All right, so beat you by 4. So you take 7 points of damage.
Ow.
Yep. This one's got a mean right hook. Next up is Nelnu. Nelnu runs up. And, you notice this guy has got a sword in his hand. And he runs up actually a lot faster than his compatriot did. But he runs past the driver's side, runs his sword into the side of the van, and basically runs the length of the van, kind of cutting a big gaping hole in the side. So for those of you inside the van, you just kind of see the blades poke out, does a quick circle, and then that circle of van falls out. Your driver is trying to like disappear into the floor.
We have a door.
He gives you just this kind of cocky grin. Now you have two. And then he kind of, takes a few steps back, but, it's all very quick. And it's kind of just, got his sword out and he's kind of like in position. And then the last one goes Kyorg. Okay, that's this guy. All right, this is the other guy that had his hand lifted. But he kind of walks down till he's got more of a straight into the van view, and then he kind of does the hand motion again, and the inside of the van starts twisting and turning. So I need everybody inside the van to give me a coordination check.
Oh boy. Yeah.
All right, so 10's the number to beat. Nobody beat that?
I have massively failed.
Didn't do so good.
All right, so everybody that fails, basically you lose your balance as everything is shifting and turning under you. So you lose your turn.
Don't like that.
Nope.
And like I said, it's inside the van and, a little bit outside the van, but not so far outside the van that it catches up to the guy with the sword. And Bloodthorn is somebody that fights, does kind of sword-style fighting. It was kind of odd that he would back away from you when he's got a melee weapon.
He knew what was coming.
And let's see. Then it would be Bloodthorn would be next. Lost your balance. You spend this round maintaining your balance.
Yeah, I can't even roll out of the van, can I? I'm just recovering.
Let me look up. Let's see. Is it listed under spatial control? Just to make sure that you can't do anything and not just just take no action, but still might be able to move. Okay. Anybody moving through the affected area It says it says you've lost an action,
Okay.
but then separately it says anybody moving through, you make another spatial control versus coordination test, or you fall down. So I would let you try to move out of the van. You'd have to make another roll. And if you failed that roll, you fall down, so then you'd be spending the next round getting up from prone.
Okay. That's coordination, right?
Yes, coordination, and they roll their spatial control.
And I mean, and if I have to, I'll just freaking roll out of the van and be prone, but yeah, I'm still.
All right. You try to roll out of the van, and you just kind of end up face plopping, or probably falling on your side, as what you thought was to the front was actually to the side. If you ever read any of the old Claremont X-Men run, think about when they were fighting Proteus.
Right.
Let's see, then would be the teleporter, but he's down and out. Silver Shooting Star loses an action. Do you want to try what Bloodthorn did, or do you just want to suck it up this round and hope he's not maintaining it the next round?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and roll out. Actually, what I'd like to try to do is I'd like to fly directly up and through the roof of the van.
All right, give me a coordination roll.
Will do, and I'm tapping Ace Mech Pilot because this isn't the first time I've been in environments where I have no sense of up, down, left, right.
Fair enough, fair enough. You need to beat a 13.
Damn!
Oh, that was close, too.
Ah!
Now, did you put in the +2 for the
I
determination?
did, unfortunately.
Okay. So you go straight the direction you thought was up. And you wind up going through the back door. And then kind of face planting and sliding along the road a little, a couple of feet before you come to a stop.
I mean, I'm out of the area at least, right?
Yes, but you are prone. Let's see. Ebe.
Yeah, so I haven't lost a turn yet. I actually get to act now.
Well, you can attempt to simply move, though that requires another contested roll or you fall prone.
Oh, okay.
So far, both of your compatriots have failed.
Yeah, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to do it. Is it possible for me to just... Okay, so I can't even just, flail around wildly, so, yeah, I guess, well, I have to try, right? So... I'm trying to think if there's any way by stretching... Wait a minute, would that... Yeah, I'll just try to move out for now. If I was
Okay.
going gaseous, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to do that yet.
So a coordination roll versus his. 10 is the number to beat.
Oh yeah, there's no way. I'm just gonna flop. I'm just gonna flop. But well, just to make it official.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
got close for that.
So yeah, you wind up falling out of the van.
Yeah.
Bloop, bloop. You hear that guy, the guy doing the effect. You hear him kind of giggle. It's not a reassuring sound. It's not the sound of somebody that oozes mental stability.
Yeah, it's giggle badly.
And back up to the top of the order, Muckboot.
The person with the... I'm going to ignore the man punching me to death, and I will shoot the person with the sword.
Okay, roll it. Alright, that is his coordination. He got a 10.
Alright, what does beating it by 3 get?
All right. Let's see here. That would be... Are you doing shooting or blasting?
Shooting.
How did I know?
Back up.
Come on, buddy.
Damage, page 40. Let's see if that's the right one. It's activating quality. Outcomes. Because I know massive successes will trigger a killing outcome. But where it describes what to do with stunning outcomes and killing, it doesn't tell you what actually you roll to trigger that. It just says when it's triggered. It's one of those things that I know is in the book. I'm just not sure where it is at in the book. All right, here we go. Attacking, slashing, and shooting. Ah, that was the one I was thinking about earlier where the massive and major did something different. All right, so a major success, which is what you got. You deal the attack's damage and may stun the target.
All right.
The actual killing part is only on a massive. So how much damage do you do?
So it's the same. It's the same roll for me. It's just to stun instead of kill.
Correct.
And there we go. On an 11.
All right, and all right, he missed that by 1, which only stunning stuns the target for 1 page. All right, so he does not get an action this round.
All right. Take 6 damage. Doesn't get an action. I'm happy with that.
6 damage. Let's see. Yeah, the laser hits him. It doesn't do any visible damage. Other than, he staggers back, so you've clearly rattled him. But you don't see where it actually left a mark on him.
Well, that's not good.
Which of the soldiers was that?
This was the one with the sword.
Oh, the sword.
Nell knew, not that name means anything to you. Totally didn't come off a random alien generator. All right, that was
Basically, Craig.
their equivalent of Craig. All right, Arcolot, who is the guy that he was one of the ones with his hand raised to the ship or to the vehicle y'all were in, the one that ran around to the back. So he is basically standing over Silver Shooting Star for all intents and purposes. All right. He is going... So he focuses on Silver Shooting Star. Give me a coordination.
Do I take a penalty for being prone?
That is a good question.
not seeing it, but I might just be skipping over something.
Yeah, I don't, off the top of my head, I don't recall it being a thing. However, I'm going to cause you some trouble and give him a +2 for it.
That'll work.
So give yourself a determination point.
That'll work. Alright.
Alright, so this is his coordination. With a +2. 12 is the number to beat.
That is going to literally be impossible, but I'll eat that hit. Roll. There we go.
Alright, so he beat you by 5. He has hit you with power nullification.
Did he just turn off my suit?
Well, every ability, every super ability you have, or stuff the suit gives you, drops by 5 ranks.
Okay.
Ouch.
And with a major, because he beat you by, that's a massive. He beat you by 5. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I believe they're reduced like that for the scene. This is nullification. All right, let's see. No, I was wrong. It does not. How well he rolls does not affect the duration at all. If any of your powers are reduced to 0 or less, then they stay negated for a number of turns equal to his power level. Otherwise, the powers recover 1 level per page until back to normal. So, did it reduce any of your powers to 0?
It did not. Thank you.
Okay. Then you'll get a power level back in each of them each round. It's basically energy drains out of your suit, so it's functioning, but not at full capacity.
Yeah.
Next up is the guy with the mean right hook. And he is going to try to punch Muckboot again because Muckboot is A, ignoring him, which is just not something that's done, and B, shooting his buddies. So this is another punch. So give me a prowess.
Not really getting any high rolls today. Looks like I'm gonna go out. I go light. Yeah,
You
boy.
rolled an 8. He rolled an 8, but he rolled a 7, so...
I don't get punched today.
So yeah, you managed to get out of the way of this one. He takes the headrest off of the chair, off of the seat you're in.
Well, we're not getting our deposit back for this fan.
That's okay, it's a government vehicle. Alright, then it is the sword wielder's turn. He loses his turn this round. Because Muckboot stunned him. And now it's the spatial manipulation guy. Let's see here. he is going to drop his ability. Can't drop it on Silver Shooting Star because his buddy, one of his men is too close, or one of his guys is too close. Muckboot is physically engaged in one of his guys, or with one of his guys. Can't drop it there. So he is going to drop it again on Bloodthorn and Eve Living Nebula. So I need y'all to give me coordination rolls. Ooh, 13's the number to beat.
I was going to use determination, but no way I could beat that. So, even with determination.
Okay. So you're laying on the ground, basically disoriented. It's like you want to get up, but you don't even know which way you need to try moving to get up. Then it's Bloodthorn's turn.
Can I try again to roll out of the van?
Well, you've fallen out of the van. You and Eve both fell out of the van. This is literally him dropping a new area on you, and the van, goes back, has gone back to normal. Yeah. But yeah, you can try the movement thing again. You're just kind of laying there and just trying to roll out of the.
Right.
But yeah, I'll let you do that. It's another opposed roll. But this time you only need to beat a 9, which is like his minimum roll on this. So do you wish to use a determination point now?
Yes. I got a 6, so that wouldn't help. He's got me good.
Okay. Though all that failure really does is make you prone again, keep you prone. But.
Right.
Silver Shooting Star.
I am going to try to get up.
You're outside the area of any word effects at the moment, so yeah, it takes your action, but you are up. And the guy standing over you kind of drops into an almost martial arts looking form. Something that tells you this is a trained, he's a trained combatant. He doesn't seem overly concerned to be in melee combat with a powered armor guy. Then we have Eve Living Nebula.
So what if Eve wants to try? Can he just blindly stretch his body out in an upward direction? Is that something he can do, or is even that too much effort to do while under the twisting effect?
All right. Under the twisting effect, you basically lose the action.
Okay.
You can do like Bloodthorn and attempt a movement to kind of roll, out of the way, or stretch, or however you want to describe it.
He can't expand.
But it's another
outgrow the area.
Yeah, but it's another contested roll.
Okay, so given that I'm very unlikely to beat that with a straight up coordination roll, and I've already spent a determination point. I think as a desperation move, I'm not sure what I'll do after this, but can I at least escape? Can I remove myself from the containment form and just float away in gaseous form?
You can't. Let's see.
Or would I still just be under the effect?
The effect you're under right now means you cannot take an active action, and I think using your incorporeal is an action, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. In that case, oh boy. I'll try. I mean, I'll try again. Just hope that the other guy just rolls poorly.
Okay.
I can think of something brilliant to do.
He rolled an 11.
Not this round.
All right, back to the top of the order. Muckboot.
All right, so there's the enemy I can't kill, or I can't hurt very much. There's the guy that's punching me. Who's the third option?
The third one you can see is the spatial manipulation guy. And
I will shoot.
And you can see where that area is warping, and he's giggling and pointing at, and obviously maintaining it.
Yeah, I'll attempt to shoot him.
All right.
16.
All right, that's your max roll.
Yep.
As you bring the gun up, and it's like the moment your finger touches the trigger, his head jerks around, he locks eyes with you. Almost like he's got, I don't know, a danger sense. All right, so this is a coordination. His danger sense is lower than his coordination, so that just gives him a +1 to his coordination. And he rolled a 1 on the dice, plus a 7, so that's an 8.
Oh.
All right,
Decent roll for the ratio.
All right. So he rolls his strength, which is only fair. Oh, but he matches you. And on a
Do I succeed on a match, or?
I'm pretty sure a failure and a marginal count the same on that. I am double checking to be certain.
I would not be sad to see this guy die.
Oh, come on. He's great. Failure or marginal means no effect other than the attack stamina damage. All right, and what is his stamina? Or not, what is it? What is your
6
damage? All right, 6 damage. Okay, you have put a serious hurt on him. He kind of staggers. He staggers back a little bit, and holding his arm. Then we've got the guy facing Zach, or Silver Shooting Star. So he strikes that pose. He takes a step back, and he makes kind of a gripping gesture, like he puts both hands out in front of him, like almost like he's holding a basketball or something. An energy sphere starts forming around you.
I don't like that.
So let me look up. I forget, is snare a power? Is that what the power's called?
Binding.
Binding, that's it. I believe it's a coordination coordination v coordination, or is it? All right. Yeah, coordination versus coordination, to see if he can slap it around you before you step out of the way or whatever. So his coordination. He does not have a specialty that would have him, though he's got a lot of specialties. All right, 6 is the number to beat. He did not roll that well.
With my weakened abilities? Damn!
Was your coordination at a superhuman level?
My coordination was not at a superhuman level.
Then it was not affected by power drain, or by the nullification.
I rolled my strength, but they're currently at the same level.
Okay. Yeah, your strength might drop if you're...
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you're completely out of the way. He fails to bind you in his or trap you in his like force shield prison bubble. Next up is Zayel, which is the one trying to punch Muckboot. Muckboot, he is going to try to grapple you and drag you out of that vehicle through the window.
Oh no.
So this is prowess. He does not have wrestling, so it's just a straight prowess. Which means this might not have been that good an idea.
I mean, it's the same as trying to hit me.
Well, no, he's got the martial arts skill. He would actually just punch you easier.
We've matched.
Half damage.
Oh, I think.
Oh wait, no, he's not. I'm sorry, he's not doing damage. This is a grappling. My bad.
On a match, does he fail to grapple?
I believe so.
Grabbing. Failure or marginal success has no effect.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just had to flip over to it. So yeah, you know, his hands touch you, but he doesn't get a good enough grip, and you get away before he can, before he can get a grip and actually pull you anywhere. Nelnu, which is the sword guy. He is not happy about having been stunned last round.
Probably not.
All right. Let's see. Bloodthorn and Ebe. His buddy's got you pinned down pretty good.
So far, we've been useless this battle.
Well, you got ambushed, so.
And these are not scrubs we're fighting.
No. This is a full-on superpowered squad who know what each other can do, and
Once we're back on our feet, it's on.
All right, so I'm gonna roll even or odd to see if he goes after Muckboot or Silver Shooting Star. Muckboot being odd, Shooting Star being even. All right, he's going after Muckboot because he rolled a 3. And so he zips over and takes a swing at Muckboot with his sword. This is a prowess. Nine is the number to beat.
Oh no.
Would you like to spend a determination? Or take on trouble?
I'm going to be spending a determination to try to survive this.
All right.
I'm tapping Hunter Supreme. I've had things run at me full speed before. I'm used to it.
I fought
horn.
speedster critters before. You ever fought a Grendel? Oh, super fast when they're on the speed. Which I think is from a Larry Niven book.
Alright, please get above a 9. Please get above a 9. Shit.
Whoa. I wouldn't do that to most players, but he's my brother. All right, so you needed a 9 to beat a 9. You got an 8. But that is not a major or massive, so there's no stunning, there's no killing rolls.
Yeah, I just take the raw damage.
And his damage is a 6.
Yeah, I'm at -5.
Well, you don't go into negatives, but
Yeah.
But yes, you are unconscious. Bloodthorn, even in your disoriented state, you look over and you see Muckboot's rifle foul out the window of the truck and hit the ground.
Crap.
Alright, then it is Keorg's turn. Oh, yes, he's the spatial manipulation guy that everybody loves. At least I'm sensing a lot of love for him. Alright. He is going to... Alright. I want to say Bloodthorn has rolled far enough that her and Eve will not fall into the same area. Yeah. Had a panic moment there where I was like, this is an area attack, isn't it? But yes, it is. Alright. So he can only drop it on one of you. I'm going to do the whole even-odd thing just so, I'm not picking on nobody. Odd will be Curtis, even will be Mike. I rolled a 4. He drops it on Ebe. So opposed coordination rolls. He got a 7.
Oh, got me pinned.
All right. Then it is Bloodthorn.
All I can do is get up from prone, right?
Correct.
Then I'm going to do that.
All right, you are up from prone.
I'll say, you picked the scary nebula. Big mistake.
But he's a baby nebula. He's the littlest nebula I ever did see. It was Bloodthorn. Silver Shooting Star.
Yes, sir.
All right, your powers are back up by, they're now only, 4 down? Oh, no, they'd be 3. Let's see, because he hit you. He hit you one round, then he tried to trap you. Oh, but that was this round. So, yeah, they're down by 4, not by 5 anymore. All right, so what are you doing?
I am going to punch the guy in front of me in the face.
Alrighty.
And
I warned you, he knows Kung Fu.
oh, come on now. That's not good.
Silver. What is QCQ?
Close quarters combat.
Ah, gotcha. Alright, so you got a 7.
Wait, QCQ?
I have got.
Look, he's an alien. It's from an alien language. Just roll with it.
Quick combat in quarters.
Yeah. Oh my god! Thank you for pointing that out for my dumb ass.
Like the roll wasn't bad enough.
Alright, so his coordination is a 5. He has martial arts. So if he makes a minimum roll, you'll tie him. He rolled an 11. So he ducks, dips, and dives out of the way.
Pardon me.
All right. Okay, Eve. Let's see. Yeah, you lost to that guy, so you don't have a turn this round.
That's right.
And y'all have managed to spread out far enough that he can't hit multiples of you anymore. So
Aha, we've got him right where we want him.
over there on his feet, not here down on the ground where he should be. All right. Oh, let's see. Muckboot is out. So it is the fella in front of Silver Shooting Star. He is going... What is he going to do? What is he going to do? He doesn't have a lot of raw damage potential. Oh. Silver Shooting Star, give yourself another determination point. I forgot the shield. The shield prison is something that he does fairly often, but it is a power stunt he's doing, not one of his established extras. Oh, he does have fast attack though. So even if he's not doing much damage, that gets it up a little bit. All right, he steps up to you and just like a little 1-2 combo. So give me a prowess roll.
Alright. Oh, there's the good numbers.
Yeah. He got a 7, and you got an 11, so it's the exact opposite of the last roll. Weird. If you've got the book handy, look up. Well, actually, I may have it right here because there's attacking, blocking, defending. Look up. Well, it's not in the action section, but if you would, Zach, if you've got the book handy, look up the dodging and see if you dodge with, or if the attacker fails with like a massive failure, if that gives you some kind of advantage the next round, like a follow-up advantage.
Oh.
It seems like that was a thing.
With coordination, rolling 1d6 plus coordination level to set the difficulty for the attack. If you can't react, you cannot dodge, and dodging is not effective against attacks that target your mind or spirit. If your dodge result is a massive failure for the attack, and it is thrown weapon or object, you can choose to catch it or throw it back as a reaction, rolling a normal attack test.
Okay. Well, this was a hand-to-hand. This would have been prowess-oriented.
Yeah.
It might give him a free attack.
It might be. Is parrying?
It's evading.
Ah,
You can
gotcha.
use prowess to evade or parry close attacks, rolling 1d6, blah blah blah, same as above. If your evasion result is a massive failure for the attack, you automatically hit the attacker with a close attack you are capable of, getting a moderate success.
Okay, so it's just you automatically manage to lay a beat down on him.
Boop is snooped.
Okay. So you got an 11 on your attack roll. Okay, but he failed this roll, so... or he set the difficulty and you beat that difficulty, so it's not a thing this round. Where the last round, he probably would have gotten a shot on you. What is your armor, reduced armor?
It is currently at 3, I believe.
Okay.
No, it's at 4.
Okay.
So
it wouldn't have made any difference because he wouldn't have gotten his barehanded punch would not have gotten through that. Using his fast attack, he might have been able to get it up high enough. All right, but that was the martial artist guy. Then it is the fellow with the right hook. who is going to go punch Bloodthorn, who stood up and made her little intimidating speech, so you have his attention. He's going to rectify his friend's mistake. Let's see. So prowess is... Ooh, well, he's going to try to anyway. 9 is the number to beat as he runs up and takes a swing at you.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, so that's a major. So that gets out of the way. So you get out of the way. Next up is Nilnu, the other sword wielder. Well, as far as he knows, the only sword wielder here because he hasn't seen Bloodthorn pop her powers yet.
Right.
But yeah, he runs forward and tries to do the old slice and dice.
On Bloodthorn or Star?
Bloodthorn. Or who was that's right. He went after Muckboot. The way I'm picturing, Muckboot's in the cab, Bloodthorn's, a little bit to the right, Ebe's further to the right, and then you've got Silver Shooting Star at the back of the van. So Bloodthorn's just the closest person to him, so he takes a swing at her. He got an 11. Bloodthorn got a 13. So you have fully engaged these two combatants.
Nice.
So Eve, from where you're laying on the ground, you're seeing Bloodthorn duck and weave.
Mm-hmm. Very impressively.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
And it is K-Org.
Everybody's favorite.
It's K-Org.
Let's see here. He has noticed his buddy in the back having trouble with Silver Shooting Star, so he's going to try to hit him.
That's fine. You can ignore me.
Give me a coordination roll.
Yes, sir.
As the ground starts to, buck and weave and twist and turn. Nine was the number to beat. You got a 7. You lose your turn as you try to keep your balance.
Careful of.
For just a second there, I was like, is he talking to Anna or the baby or his character? Bloodthorn, you're up.
I'm going to look at the punching guy and the sword guy, and I'm going to say, boys, I'm going to need you two to stay right here. I'll be back for you. And I am going to charge K-Org with my swords.
I'll be right back. Alright, so you turn around and you charge him. I mean, he's close enough you can get to him and take a swing at him without any trouble. Or a stab, as the case may be. Though when you turn your head to look at him, he's already looking at you with, worry in his eye. Like he knows something's coming this way. Alright, so he's got to roll his... Oh, this is a prowess roll, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright. He has a prowess of 1.
Crap.
A danger sense of 4, so he gets to roll the danger sense instead. He got a 7. So it's a massive failure on the first one. Only a major failure on the second one. So both of them hit. Then it is willpower versus your energy drain. You get a +1 on that roll, though, because of the double attack. So his willpower is a 6. He does not have mental resistance or anything. So he got a 9. You got an 11. So how much stamina damage do you do?
9.
Okay. He could take that if he hadn't already been damaged. So much like the other guy, his eyes kind of roll up and he kind of falls over to the side. K-Org is KO'd.
At what point are we going to hit the top of the order again?
Let's see. That was Bloodthorn, Silver Shooting Star, who has just missed a round. Eve, you are now free to stand up.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I stand up. I guess that's my action, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, sure. But that is a very gratifying action to take.
Exuberance.
Exactly.
All right, top of the order would be Muckboot, but he's unconscious.
I would like to tap my passive regeneration now.
That's fair.
I will gain 2 stamina.
Well,
I'm not
can't
dead
you
no
use
more.
determination to heal yourself too if you want, or do you not have?
I don't have any left.
Would you like to take some trouble?
Such as?
Well, let's see.
What
Your
does it mean I
gun.
wake up?
So, you wake up in the cab. You could take some trouble to do the. I keep calling it second wind when I run this game in person, but it's not. That's not what it's called. I'm not dragging a D&D term.
Oh yeah, what is it called here?
Yeah, I forget. But it lets you take either your strength or your willpower, whichever is higher, and you heal that much. It is basically a second wind encounter or action. But you have to have advantage to trigger that. They just call it recover. Character sheet's got the things printed down there. So, or you can eliminate an ongoing effect if you've got like a power drain or a mind control or something like that.
Or perhaps a twisty effect.
But where's I going? Oh yes, what trouble could I give you? Well, let's see. Your gun fell out of the vehicle. So I'd say the gun fell out of the vehicle, and then as people were running up to the cab and running over to fight Bloodthorn, maybe it got kicked under the vehicle.
I just have to spend the full turn getting out and getting my gun, in which will alert people that I am back in the fight.
Well, you're not really stealthy about it. Oh, wait, that doesn't work. The vehicle is sitting flush to the ground because it doesn't have wheels.
Oh, yeah.
So instead, I'll say one of the speedsters kicked it and sent it skittering to like the far end of the vehicle. So it's down by the kind of by the fight with Silver Shooting Stars. Like I said, it's the length of the van away from you. Plus Muckboot not knowing where it's at. So you wake up laid out in the vehicle. So, you're going to have to spend a round either getting up and getting out of the vehicle. And then, you're free to take whatever action you want to. You just don't have your gun until you take a turn to find it and get to it.
All right.
Or if you don't want that trouble, the gun will just be laying on the ground outside the window, but you'll only have those 2 points. Those, the 2 your regeneration gives you.
Yeah, I'll take more stamina right now.
Okay.
We've got more fighting we'll have to do.
All right, then you got the 2 from your regeneration. If you still wanted to have tap that.
Yep. And then
Strength or willpower, whichever is higher.
yeah. So I'm back up a decent bit.
Okay.
And do I get to take an action still, or is that my action?
Being unconscious, you would fall prone. Probably just back in the seat, so you could sit up and get out of the vehicle if you wanted to.
I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. Are you getting out on the driver's side where everybody's at? Or are you getting out on the other side?
I'll get out on the other side and see who's standing.
Okay. So yeah, glancing out the window right quick, you can see where where Bloodthorn is standing over that one guy. The 2 guys that had been fighting you more or less have their backs to you because they're turning in the direction she went. And you still hear some scuffling back behind the van, so you assume Shooting Star is still up.
I will take the time to find my gun.
All right, so that'll basically be what you do next round, and that will put you at the back of the van, around Shooting Star and that other guy.
All right.
All right. Speaking of that other guy, he will. He disengages from Silver Shooting Star. And you hear him call out, "Nilnu, swap." Like I said, he steps away from Shooting Star, gets a little distance between him, and then he points his hand at Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, give me a coordination versus his coordination.
I am going to use the determination point. I don't know what he's doing, but it's not good.
Okay. What are you tapping?
I am the sword.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
So you rolled the minimum you could roll, which is a 7. He rolled the minimum he could roll, which is a 6. So congratulations, your power levels don't drop any. Because if he hit that, your swords would have flickered out of existence in your hand.
That would not have been fun.
Well, if he lowered it enough.
Yeah.
They'd have definitely flickered some anyway. Alright. Then Zael. He sees that Ebe is now up and not engaged. He goes and engages Ebe. So he runs up to punch you. At very low levels of super speed.
This is kind of
If you-
fight I can get behind.
If you look on the benchmarks, this guy's basically as fast as a horse. So I guess we'll say he's galloping towards you.
So this will be an evade.
Yes. All right, he got a 9, so 9's the number to beat.
He's got me.
All right. He does 7 points of damage.
And that should reflect harmlessly off my super dense form.
Yeah, your damage reduction is an 8, I believe.
Yes.
So yeah, he doesn't do nothing to you. And he just looks up at you and you hear, and then something the translator doesn't catch. They claim they had the entire language, but clearly they're missing some of the profanity.
That's the most important part.
What do you mean, Ulch?
When you're learning a language, that's the first thing you want to know.
It literally is.
A person, yes. A computer, no. All right, so
Better.
next up is... Oh, that's K-Org is next, and he is out.
The way we like him.
No, I'm sorry. Nilnu is next, the guy with the blade. With his speed, he zips past his buddy and Eve, around the back of the van, and using his speed just tries to run Silver Shooting Star through.
Ouch.
So that is prowess. Ooh, 12 is the number to beat.
That's not good for me. I'm going to tap both Repentant Space Pirate and Ace Mech Pilot.
Okay.
So, that's
Are you applying them both to the avoidance roll?
yes, sir.
Okay.
And that is prowess.
Yes, it is. Oh, those were well spent points. So about the time the tip of this was touching your armor, you managed to kind of slap the blade, so it skins along your armor, leaving that metal sound, but doesn't do any actual damage.
Something to repaint later.
Yeah, it looks like somebody just walked up and keyed you.
Oh, that's even worse.
Neil just looked at you. Quit whining. You can buff that out. I mean, if you were going to live.
No, do you understand what that sounded like inside the studio?
He looks puzzled and then gets a look at his face like, ooh.
You know what the most annoying world sound of the world is?
Bloodthorn.
Okay, I forget his name. I'll look at the powertrain guy and it'll be like, that just tried to attack me. It's like, well, I guess you're next on my dance card. And I will jump him.
All right, so you charge at him while he drops back into a stance. Well, at least you're a lovely dance partner. All right. Oh, you already made your rolls. And this is prowess. He is a martial artist. Alright, so we got an 11 on the first roll, so you beat him by 1. You got a 9 on the second roll, so you beat him by a bit more than that.
And which one
Well,
were you
2.
going after? The one with the power dampener?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so you hit him with both of them.
I think that was K-Org.
No, K-Org was the spatial manipulation guy.
Yeah, K-Org was the...
Oh, you're right. Oops.
If you want the names and roughly what they did afterwards, I'll try to remember to put it in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, versus his willpower.
Take that.
So he's got mental resistance though.
Wait.
Oh,
Ha 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 ha.
bastard.
And he got a 10. His willpower is only a 4. He's got some mental resistance, so it's really just a 5 he's rolling. So you beat him by 5, which is a massive... Well, that doesn't matter with the power drain, though. All right, so how much do you do?
Since I got him twice, it's a 9.
All right, that is more than he can take. He is very much an void damage, not take damage guy. He's got a force shield, but that's not going to help him with energy drain. Or would it, since you're not actually touching him?
Good
That's-
question.
Yeah, we won't worry about it right now. I'll look it up. I'll have an answer by the next time it comes up. All right, so his eyes roll. He drops back. On the ground, completely exhausted. So, Arclot is out. Silver Shooting Star.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. This round, your power should only be down by 3, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What you gonna do?
Oh, I did not mean to click that. I am going to shove. Well, no, the damage output isn't good enough yet just to justify that. I'm going to try to punch the sword guy.
All right. Give me a roll.
Oh, that's pretty decent.
All right. So this is prowess. He does not have martial arts. And his weapon blades thing does not help him dodge, or evade. So you beat him by 1. How much damage do you do?
I think the way the math works out, I'm currently doing 5 damage
Okay.
still.
So yeah, you plant a big metal fist in his face, and he doesn't react.
Oh.
It's like hitting a man made out of steel. As your fist pulls back, he's got a big smile on his face as you pull his fist back away from his face. Ebe.
All right. So, I currently have Zale before me, but since Zale's attacks didn't seem to be incapable of harming my containment suit, I'd like to stretch a limb out and try to. And again, I'm not really much for. You know what? I'm not really much for hitting things directly. Unfortunately, I don't think I. No, I still don't have. Yeah, I'm not. This is where having generally low attributes all around. This is where the drawback of the character design really comes into play.
But he's such a cool character, though.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I designed my character to be more interesting than effective. But I think I'll go ahead and try to throw a punch at the. Let's see, what's the name of the power dampener?
He's unconscious.
Oh, very good.
Bloodthorn dropped him. What you've got left is the punchy kind of fast guy, and the stabby pretty fast guy.
Well, in that case, I think I'll just stick to my current combatant.
Alrighty.
Zay. So let's see what happens when I try to smash.
Alright, so that's an 8 versus his prowess of a 4 plus his martial arts. Alright, so he beat you by 1.
Okay.
Top of the order is Muckboot. So
Have I found my rifle?
Yeah, you peeked around the front of the van and then spotted on the far end, so I'm going to assume that you circle around on the side of the van that no fighting is going on at first.
I'm just gonna use my pull glove.
Oh, I forgot you had that.
I'm not gonna sneak around nothing. Oh, there's my gun. Come here, boy.
I forgot you had it. What was it? Telekinesis limited to only your handling your gun?
Yep.
So yeah, you hold out that gloved hand and the gun just zips to you like a lightsaber to a Jedi.
And is the guy that punched me still up?
With his back to you. Facing Eve. On the other hand, though, the gun flew past him and Eve, so he kind of glances over his shoulder so he knows you're there. And he's got this kind of crap look on his face.
So, as you kill him, you can take satisfaction that he knows it's coming.
Because only a rat would shoot a man in the back.
Well.
Or, a sniper.
Oh.
It's kind of what they're trained to do. I mean,
I'm going to go ahead and put on my little Mickey Mouse face. I shoot him in the back.
Alright, so that's a 12 versus his coordination of a 4. He does not have athletics, so he's only got the 4. So you got a major.
Which can stun, so
Which
I'll go
can
ahead and make
stun.
a roll.
And how much damage does that do?
6 damage.
Okay. 6 damage. And I don't think he's taken any damage yet. So he is still up from that. Let me see if he's stunned. So that's his strength versus the 6 damage you did. So he needs to beat an 11. He got an 8. So that's a major, which means I think he is stunned for duration. Stunning. No, a major or a massive. Yes, he is unconscious. He is out. So he drops. Then it would be his turn, but he's out, so it drops to Nilnu, who realizes he is the only guy standing. So he is running away at like top speed. He does grab the power dampening guy. Which you're not real familiar with these uniforms. You think he was the higher ranking of this batch. But on his way out, he grabs that guy and then takes off, across the street and starts kind of, weaving between buildings or whatever.
I feel like we should just let them go because surely there's bound to be reinforcements on the way, like really soon. I would guess.
Okay.
What do y'all want to do?
I want to finish the mission.
Yes.
All right. So how do y'all go about finishing the mission? Muckboot, you would have noticed getting out of the vehicle that some of the lights on the dashboard were coming back on.
I will look back in to see if the GPS is back on.
Yes, everything seems to be powering back up.
How far are we from the objective?
Just a few more minutes till you hit the checkpoint.
Oh, that wasn't the checkpoint.
I'm just picturing.
Oh, that's right. We're still on the.
I mean, the van's so beat up, so I just pictured the look on their faces when we pull up.
It's beat up, but it's mobile.
It's mobile.
Once you know, as soon as the warranty expires, this is what happened.
All right, so do y'all load it back up in the van? Or you want to try to steal another car out of this neighborhood?
Is there another car we can steal?
There's a couple of other vehicles parked around in various parking lots. Yeah, this is one of the kind of city-esque sessions. City-esque session. What did Muckboot say?
Man still works, and we don't have time.
Pretty much.
We are now full guns blazing mode.
Yep.
Anything that attempts to stop our path gets shot, and we move forward.
I'll just shrug my shoulders. Think we can talk our way through the checkpoint?
No.
Yes, and our words are bullets. Now let's go.
All right, so y'all take off. You're streaking down the road. Station alarms are still going off. Before y'all took off, y'all's little your driver was like, "Can I please go?"
Oh, poor guy.
They know you're here. There's nothing me telling them you're here, is going to accomplish.
Yeah, on time. Let him out. Let's go.
All right.
He's a waste of time that might stab us in the back. Get him out of here.
All right. So as soon as y'all let him loose, he jumps out. He takes off. Thank you, Emperor's Mercy.
Escape pod.
Actually, they don't call
Yeah,
their
yeah.
guy. They don't call their guy the Emperor. I forget what it is, but whoever is in charge, his mercy, on you. So you're coming up on the checkpoint.
Do we feel the overwhelming dread yet?
As you're getting this close, it's not dread. It's a feeling that it feels like something is crying. You don't really hear it, but it reminds you of your emotions the last time you had something to cry about.
Huh.
However far back in your life that had to go.
Eve has never cried before. What is this feeling?
You're right. I'm not exactly sure how you would describe it with Eve, but it's that same sort of sorrow,
Eve feels like holding up in bed and binge watching a season with Cookie.
I think we're seeing the inside of Mike's head a little bit. I think he's crossing the streams. But yes, you're starting to feel the inklings of that at least. And you have got a couple of guards behind a barrier. That can be raised and lowered. And they're coming to attention as you race forward. You see them look at each other, pull out their sidearms, step a little to one side so they're not going to get run over no matter what happens. Are you going to try to drive the van through the checkpoint? Because
Does it look like we'd be able to?
Possibly. The checkpoint, the gate we'll call it, that's blocking the way does not look like it doesn't look like it's part of the ship, if you will. It looks like it's something they added.
Is the gateway basically just up to the ceiling, or is it like a wide open space that we could leap over?
It's like a large doorway. I mean, big enough to for a road to drive through, but you could drive an 18-wheeler through this thing without too much trouble. You might even get another car to pass it on the other side, on the other lane.
Okay.
Eve, can you stretch out and knock away the blockade?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about like maybe if there's enough space above to just stretch Eve's limbs out and just kind of like try to pole vault it. But I don't know if there's enough space between here and whatever the.
In this episode of Speed Racer with the Mach 8.
Right.
You could try that. I'm trying to think of what that would be.
Yeah. I hope it's strength.
Well, the strength would be just to lift the van. You don't have any trouble doing that.
I hope it. Then I hope it's stretching.
Yeah, give me a stretching roll.
Sweet. Oh, my power specialty is an alternate form. That does not help for stretching.
No. And 7 is the number to beat.
Could I assist him by laying down some suppressing fire against the 2 guards so they
Sure.
can take shots at him? All right, awesome.
I've got to let me set up a new funky structure.
So Zach is giving you a +2.
Sweet. Stretching stunt, and that is 0, then with a modifier of +8. So I'm just gonna roll the straight up roll, and then we'll just have to remember to add 2 to it,
Okay.
and with a full total of 14.
7 was the number to beat, so you doubled your target number. So yeah, you push yourself off the ground. Y'all go up just over the blockade, gate thing, and there's just enough room for the van to start arcing down and get under the archway without actually striking it.
True Dukes of Hazzard moment right now.
Kira will stick her head out the hole in the van and go, "Later, bitches."
And in true Dukes of Hazzard fashion, we're going to stop here before the van even lands.
Oh,
Because I know some of us had to leave at 4 sharp.
yes.
And
Yeah,
while the next bit isn't real long, it'll take 15 or 20 minutes at least.
this time our old heroes got themselves in a whole mess of trouble.
So,
Merle Haggard. That was Merle Haggard, right?
do what now? It may have been. That sounds right. But you're not all boys, so we couldn't call you Duke boys. And none of you are Dukes.
Now them old sentient beings got themselves in a whole mess of trouble at this point.
Champ. There's already the solution for this. It's boys, but with an I, so it's gender neutral.
Hey-o.
Fair enough. So next week we will probably wrap this up fairly quickly. Like I said, should be 15 or 20 minutes. We just couldn't quite cram it in today. And then we'll move on to what next session was supposed to be. I hope y'all had fun. I really enjoyed this session.
That was a lot of fun.
I'll admit the spatial control guy was a lot more effective than I thought he was going to be.
That was a good challenge.
Uh,
I've learned the importance of saving that my one determination point for absolute emergencies
Yep.
and just trying to maneuver for other stunty stuff.
well, always remember you can ask for trouble
Yeah.
when
I
you
was
just
trying-
have to
I
have
was-
advantage.
I was trying to think of something for that, but I couldn't quite figure something out given the constraints of not being able to do anything. But that's it for this time.
But anyway, that'll wrap us up for today. I hope we had some folks, not necessarily active in the chat, but we had some folks watching. I hope y'all had fun. Hope you'll join us again in 2 weeks. And until then, I was your GM, Jason, and with me today has been Zach playing Silver Shooting Star,
Pleasure to have entertained you.
Mike playing Eve the Living Nebula,
Have a good 2 weeks, everyone.
Curtis playing Bloodthorn,
Laters.
and Taylor playing Muckboot.
See you.
And we will see y'all next time.